What's going on, Reefing fam? March here, Fragbox TV. Another day, another video. Okay, let me give you an update on this crash. If you saw the previous video, you know that we completely destroyed overnight our entire showpiece display tank. It is not, well, okay, let me, where are we gonna start actually? This is gonna be a little bit longer than normal video, so get prepared to listen to me rant and rave and talk to you about what exactly happened here. So if you didn't see the other video, maybe go back and watch it over the course of 12 hours. Like, I left here in the evening, came back in the morning, absolutely just about every coral in this system died. Aquapora, the SPS, the softies melted, the zoas, the torches, the hammers, the clams, the chalices. So if you don't know, this display tank actually ties into the basement into a larger 300-400 gallon frag system where I had been growing colonies for years. Some of them actually are gonna pull through. Sadly, one of my favorite ones, the rainbow dynamite chalice, we'll see. I'm hopeful, but you can see they're really struggling. This one, you know what, we'll give it a couple more days. The zoa is still not open or recovered. If I had to put a price on how much coral we lost, I would say it's tricky because it took years to collect and grow some of those strains. I'm never going to see them again. Here's some of the other corals. They look like they, some of them might be okay, but maybe I'll calculate it at the end. The problem is the time, so I can't get those strains of zoanthids. Again, I collected them from oceans and different places where we simply don't get coral anymore. So I just can't replace them, and then the time is invaluable to grow out. Some of them took me years of growing. The system in the basement was about 3 years old. So to put a monetary value on it, maybe, I don't know, I want to say about maybe 40,000, 40 to 50, maybe 40,000 Canadian dollars worth of corals and livestock gone in a period of 12 hours. And again, I'm not doing this video to try and scare anyone. It's just shit happens. Someone actually commented the other day, they came in the store like, wow, March, you don't seem like you're that upset. And I am. I'm upset. One, I don't want to lose, I don't want to kill anything that's living. At the end of the day, I'm a hobbyist. I really do. I love the animals. I love the fish. I love coral. Coral's my thing. I'm romantically involved with them. That's why, you know, Fragbox is what it is. That's why I sell corals for a living. I can't imagine doing anything other than selling, growing, farming corals. That's what I love doing. So that's number one, the animals' welfare. I don't want to kill them. Two, monetary. It sucks. It sucks to lose money. Obviously, no one wants to lose money, and these things have a price tag attached to them. It's a part of our livelihood. Thankfully, our other system is still running good. So yeah, I'm upset, but I guess they were just kind of surprised. I'm kind of laughing about it, and I'm not laughing because I'm a psycho. I am weird, but I'm laughing because shit happens, and that's it. It's done, and what am I going to learn from this? And I know exactly what happened, actually. So in the other video, I was guessing. I had a couple hypotheses. I had a couple ideas to how it crashed. I thought it was maybe palytoxin out of a pally. I thought maybe these guys poisoned the water because they were getting some crazy direct flow. I thought bacterial bloom. Initially, when I walked in and the tank was all cloudy and murky, I actually went ahead and rescaped the tank. I'll talk about that in a second. But when the tank, first thing I think of if I see immediate crazy death, the tank's crashing, ATO. I don't know why, my mind goes, check the salinity. The ATO may be stuck on, and that's because it's happened to me in the past. And what happens if your ATO fails, or some people that are really brave will actually wire their RODI units straight into their sump, which I have to stress is really not a good idea, because if your float valve fails, you're going to flood your tank, your house, your basement. It's going to be a freshwater tank. You want salt water, you're going to end up with a freshwater tank prepared for goldfish. So don't do that. That's really, really bad idea. So immediately my mind goes to ATO. I run downstairs, I check the ATO. I thought maybe it stayed on or something. Grab the refractometer. I check, lo and behold, the salt is fine. You got to bear with me. Like I said, this is going to be a little bit longer video than normal. I'm going to talk. This doesn't happen every day that you crash a nice, large, established reef tank the way I did in this sort of like grandiose fashion. So you got to listen to me talk a little bit more than usual. It wasn't the ATO. It wasn't the salinity. Second thing my mind goes to right away, alkalinity. I thought maybe I messed up. Maybe the doser stayed on. So I'm using the Apex dose. and it's my favorite one. I've never seen them fail, never seen them get stuck. Please don't judge me, by the way, for having a yellow tang in a 10-gallon. If there's any tang police, this is a temporary thing. I grabbed all the fish in a panic, and I just did everything I could and tried to save him. So he's in there just for a couple more days. So if you're seeing that on the side of the video, I'm a somewhat responsible reef keeper. This isn't going to stay there. I'm going to try to get less sidetracked on this one. Anyways, the Neptune Apex dose did not fail, but that's where my mind goes to, like some sort of hardware or equipment fail. I thought maybe the alkalinity stayed on and flooded the tank. I've seen a lot of people crash tanks with cheaper dosers, so that's why we only sell really only 2 or 3 brands of dosers, because you want reliability if it comes to dosing. So this is one here, this brand, Camware Bubble Magus. Those two are really good. And the Red Sea dosers, which I don't have too much experience. Anyways, it wasn't the doser. And so I kept trying to figure out what the heck's going on here. I checked the water, the calcium alk, mag, temperature, the pH, ammonia and nitrite, surprisingly still sort of normal. Phosphates, even with all that death. The water is just pristine in terms of testing, but everything's dead, and I'm starting to pull my hair out. I go downstairs. Now I'm going to show you, if you've bared with me for this long, I'll finally show you exactly what happened to cause this catastrophic crash. Let me go down here to the basement and show you the cause of my suffering. So as you can see, I didn't do too many videos on this in the past, but this was just ram-packed full of coral, still very, very cloudy. I've taken everything out. Maybe half the fish died. Every single snail, that was really weird. Every snail died, every shrimp, crustacean, invertebrate, pods, all of that stuff dead. Maybe you're starting to get a hint as to what killed the tank. Let me show you. Ta-da! Here we go. This is the cause, or at least what I think the cause, I'm pretty certain this is it. This is the cause of the failure. This is a glass heater, a 250 watt heater. So I'm downstairs working on the sump, trying to pull stuff out. I put my hands into the sump many times, in and out of the tank, no problem. So, but I put my hands in, and then I'm kind of balancing with my other hand on the ground, and you guessed it, I got a nice, very nice shock. If you ever need to be woken up, or you want something stronger than a coffee, that'll do it. You're going to be awake. It's a nice, powerful feeling that you never forget. This shattered inside the sump. This is was our cobalt glass heater that was in there, completely shattered, and that's unfortunately the cause of this issue. Electrocution, fried everything. It's really unfortunate. How did this happen? Glass heaters are made of glass, so as that would entail, they are delicate, sensitive, they can break. We do sell a lot of glass heaters. Typically they go in, if you got an all-in-one tank, the chances of shattering one are quite low. It goes over here in the back. These guys make these cool ceramic ones which are virtually shatterproof. And then we have titanium heaters, which is what I really should have used. So how did it break? One of the employees here, I'm pretty certain, as he was cleaning the skimmer, just didn't see the heater, and it was laying across very lazily, just thrown loosely inside the sump with no sort of, they come with little, what are they called, like rubber suction cups to stick to the glass. Obviously wasn't using those, so he broke it, and he didn't know, unbeknownst to him, that he broke it, or maybe he was afraid and didn't tell me that he broke it. He's one of our newer staff here. I think it's him. I don't mean to point the finger. Sure, it could have just shattered. It's just it coincides. If I look at the cameras in the store and the apex and the pH drop, it coincides when the skimmers were cleaned. I'm pretty sure he broke it. Shit happens. So do I get upset with him for breaking the heater and maybe killing all the corals? My mind immediately goes to, sorry, there's the door. Nice knowing you. But also, I built this system. I'm responsible for setting this up. So I really should be building system sumps and the store in general that they're foolproof, that if someone is just simply cleaning a skimmer, there isn't a chance to break a heater and crash a system. So the onus, I think, at the end of the day falls on me as the owner, as the grand master creator of these things, that those type of problems shouldn't have happened. I didn't have that sort of foresight, and it should never be allowed, or it should never be designed in a way that simply cleaning a skimmer has the chance of breaking a heater. So can I get mad at him and upset? Yeah, of course I can do whatever I want, but when I reflect on it, it's not his fault. It was really just an accident waiting to happen. Anyone could have done it. It was in a certain way and position where it was invited to break, and that's the shit happens. it's at the end of the day, it's really my fault. I should have had them mounted far away. I should have used a better heater. I went with something, they're not bad, but you know, we're running a large operation here to try and grow and farm corals. I should have gone with the best. Like on these ones, I'm using the Phoenix 800 watt titanium heaters. They're virtually shatterproof. Plus they have this cool rubber mounting on the outside. So you guess what my weekend project is going to be. I'm going to walk through the entire store and upgrade and mount all the heaters properly. So that's what I take away and learn from this. Yeah, what do you think? What are your thoughts on this, on the heaters exploding, on my reaction to the staff? What would you have done with a staff member if something like that happened? I really think that at the end of the day, it's my fault. I'm hoping that he didn't know that he broke it, you know, and it was just, okay, it's a fatal error and that happened, and not that he broke it and he got nervous to tell me, oh shit, I broke something, and I really don't know. I'm not here to point the finger. I'm here to learn, and I think that's part of the reason why I'm not as upset as some people would expect me to be, because it kind of gives me a chance to start again. It sucks. I lost the stuff. I'm not happy. But look, I'm going to get a new scape out of it. So maybe second question of the day, what do you guys think? I took out about 20 pounds of rock. I'm still doing March's quintessential 2 island sort of idea. This gives me a ton of content to set up the tank new, to start. The tank was overgrown, everything was touching, you know, it was becoming sort of a hassle. It was running for I don't know, a year and a half or something. It was looking great, but I think I'm going to do more planned out gardens this time. I really like the torches the way they are here, but I was kind of like erratically and you know, my ADD was kind of taking over, and I was sporadically just putting corals to try and make it look full and nice right away, because I'm a little bit impatient in that regard. But maybe I'll take the time to do more clever, or at least more thought out and planned gardens of corals, the acans, the hammers, stuff that, you know, if they overgrow, I don't have to worry too much. The stinging was really becoming quite an issue in the tank. Originally when it happened, I thought, damn, do I just pull the whole thing down? Just screw this, you know what, no display tank, forget farming corals. That's where my mind, you know, you almost want to give up and throw in the towel. And I see a lot of people do that when they crash a tank. You know what, let me take a step back. What am I doing? This hobby's crazy. I've seen a lot of people quit like that, and I hate to see people leave from the hobby, but I always say that no one truly quits. This is an addiction. We need help, guys. You don't quit. You just take a break. You think you're done with this hobby? I've had people I haven't seen in 10 years, and then they walk back in. Oh my God, March, what? You're still doing this? Yeah, man, I'm still here. I'm going to be here until the heart stops beating. This is what we do. So yeah, I had that little moment that's like, screw this, let me take it down. But I'm going to turn it into a positive. I'm going to rebuild from the ashes of this destruction. This tank will be called the Aqua Illumination Phoenix. It will come back stronger. I don't know why I'm doing an accent, but I'm gonna make it smarter, and I'm gonna implement every single little Neptune Apex safety that I can. I'm going to take more time with this. I'm going to do flow sensors, leak sensors, optical sensors. I'm going to have a lot more safety built in. I was excited to build it, and it was sort of done in a rush, and now I guess I'm kind of paying for that. So I'm going to put the time and effort. I'm not going to rush it this time. I'm going to go back and watch this video to remind myself I'm not going to rush it, because I am guilty of that. It's hard to be patient when you're passionate and excited about these things. Could I have prevented it with a grounding probe? So I think the internet's still sort of out to lunch on the grounding probe. I'm like you guys. I go on Reef Central. I go on Reef to Reef. I read the forums late at night. I stay up. If I need help or I'm looking for ideas, I love those forums. They're great. I recommend that everyone jumps on them. There's a lot of misinformation at the same time. YouTube videos. I've heard people say things on YouTube videos is like, what? Really? You have 50,000 subscribers and you're giving that information? That's just 100% dead wrong. Like, I don't understand. Or maybe for them it's right, but for me, I can't do that. So, you know, you kind of have to just try and see what works for you. But when it comes to grounding probes, I think we sell one in the store. Hold on. I think we have one. I'm not going to pretend to fully understand stray voltage and stray current. I'm not an electrician. So I guess I better do some reading up on this. I guess I should have had GFIs. I think maybe that would have tripped if I had GFI, what do you call them? GFI, what's the word? Help me out here. No one's here. Socket, GFI socket, I think would have tripped if I had those installed, but I didn't. So I guess that's why I got shocked. I don't know. I'm going to look into it a little bit more, and I'm going to try and make this a more foolproof system so that, you know, this isn't going to happen again. I'm really happy I did all the recording of the videos though, because now it's kind of cool to look back and see you know, what it looked like and kind of the progression of the tank. And like I said, it's going to give me the chance to start fresh and we can do this journey together. I'm excited for all the content that's going to come out of it. As unfortunately, it's at the expense of a lot of corals and animals and livestock, but from every failure comes the seed of equivalent value. So I'm going to turn this one into a positive and build a much stronger, nicer looking display tank. I need your comments on the rock work. I like it. I do my rock work normally pretty flat. It is a little bit still kind of cloudy, but this is going to give me tons of room. Anyways, I'll do another video on the rock work. This is just me talking about my experience because I don't have anyone outside of, I guess, you guys, the YouTubers, the staff here to talk about. My friends are not in the hobby. My family's not in the hobby. I think that's why a lot of people come in the store, is just to kind of chat with other people that are like-minded. It's nice to come in, oh, how big's your tank and what kind of lights, and oh, you like Zoas, and you know, like, it's cool to talk to people that are in the hobby. At the end of the day, that's what this is. It's a hobby. And so for me, it's nice to be able to share and communicate those things with my reefing fam, with you guys out there. I think that's enough talking for today's video. That's one of the longer ones. I will update you as we go along with this new rebuild. Maybe we'll make a video series out of it, and we'll have some fun with it and make something positive out of the complete and utter destruction that was this cobalt heater. Thanks for watching this one. Sorry for the kind of last two upsetting, crappy videos, but like I said from the beginning, I am going to share with you the good. I'm going to share with you the absolute worst. And I think this is this is about as bad as it gets. I'm trying to think what's worse than this. I guess if it was like a flood, like if it was a flood situation, I lost all the corals, all the fish. And then on top of that, I flooded the store and, oh, maybe caused a fire. That could be worse. So you see, I got to stay positive. It can always be worse. So we still have the store is standing, the staff is amazing, we love our customers, the fox faces are eating algae, this system's doing good, the fish, the inverts, the minor temporary setback in which I can only learn and grow as a hobbyist and as a business owner. So thanks for watching this episode, guys, and thanks for bearing with my my long antics and talking on this episode of Fragbox TV.